Welcome, guys. Welcome to today's open discussion. And today we are going to discuss a topic which is why I cannot feel. So, in another terms, we call it disassociating ourselves with our feelings and emotions. And also, it can be called emotional numbness. So, feeling numbed inside, feeling not being able to feel anything inside. Hmm? So that's the topic of today's open discussion. A little bit about how this open discussion is going to go is we are going to have a two-way conversation. So you guys feel free to share your experiences, stories, how you got over this thing in case you were going through it, or in case you're going through anything like this right now. Feel free to share it because as in today's topic, um, due to the various reasons because of which emotional numbness happens, one of the ways to handle this before going into doing anything else about it is to start talking, to start acknowledging, to become more aware of how you stand, where you stand. Hmm? So that's one of the intentions of having this topic as a part of open discussion. So we'll keep it conversational. Feel free to give your inputs, guys, anything that you wish to share. So, cool. Let's begin. A little bit about emotional numbness, why, people reach a state where they say that they cannot feel anything. There could be many causes, many reasons because of which this happens, but usually when we talk about this thing happening in a regular life, apart from somebody having a mental illness or a disorder, something like that. So some reasons could be a kind of stress, very uh, uh, intense kind of stress which the person has not handled before, finds the situation very challenging, unable to handle it, any kind of trauma, any kind of grief or sudden loss as in loss of a person, a loved one, or loss of a dream, something that they have planned to have, loss of a relationship or divorce, a separation, or any such incident which hit them really hard at the level of heart, causing them a kind of, trauma. Hmm? So, those could be few of the causes which can lead to this kind of a situation where someone could say that I am not able to feel anything. Hmm? And why it happens? So, in very simple terms, why it happens is because um, there's too much of burden on the heart. There's too much of pain. There's too much of uneasiness, discomfort at many different levels that a person is going through. Hmm? So I'm just talking in terms of simple, layman terms. इतना ज्यादा हो जाता है that we just shut ourselves up. इतना overwhelming experience हो जाता है of the abuse, neglect, um, any kind of trauma that we have gone through कि अब ये फील होता है कि अब मुझे और फील नहीं करना है, right? I don't want to feel anything else. And this goes on for a certain period of time. Even this becomes more problematic when people are going through depression. So any form of acute depression, or in case it becomes a chronic depression due to it going on for a very long time, this can become a thing which where people for a longer duration also start saying that it's been too long, I'm not able to feel anything. Mm. So that's that. That was a little bit of brief from my side. Now I would like to know from you guys, have you ever felt this way, or uh, do you feel this way? And in case you have gotten over something like this, how did you do that? So anything you wish to share, over to you guys. So whosoever wishes to speak, you can just raise your hand, and or you can just unmute and start talking, guys.
Shall I start, Anamika?
Sorry, Anu, I couldn't hear you.
Shall I go?
Yes,
Or,
yes,
Yeah,
yes. Go
please.
ahead, Anu. Yes.
uh, actually, uh, since childhood, I was a very sensitive child. I feel for others, and the intuition level is very, very strong since childhood. And the main one unique character is uh, the insult. Any insult it happens to me, or suppose if I insult anybody, it that memory stays long, and a very long time. And um, actually, I don't carry any grudge or something, but that photographic picture or a very long time it stays in my mind. Suppose if I did anything for others, I always ask, Andra asking sorry or forgiveness, something other thing. But since last 2 3 years, not 2 3 years, I think more than 5 years, I went through lot of personal issues. The emotional numbness is related to in the not in every relationship. Suppose if anything happens to other person, I feel I'm a very empathetic person. I feel for others. I always in a, whatever the people does to me, I always in a helping mode and supporting mode. But when it comes to the relationship, especially related to I'm single, marriage or any intimate relationship, sub, I feel very numb. And earlier I used to watch lot of emotional movies, even romantic movies, everything. But now am unable to, even I am unable to see that type of picture also. I just pausing or just ignoring those type of movies. Even more and the readings also. I read a lot earlier, but now all this reading shifted to self-care session or research related or development, these type of technical things, which is really good. But I was earlier, I was enjoying that type of readings, movies, space, everything. And nowadays, I'm hardly pushing to watch at least some good, decent movies, which is emotional, which is romantic and loving. Sometimes today also, I pushed it so hard I could able to watch one movie. I don't know you guys call it as emotional numbness, but this is I'm facing in only one particular area, not everything. When it comes to my niece, my mom's, of course, my emotions are. I can't say it is same, Anta, but at least I can able to retain that 50 to 60% of the emotions, but not like I was overly emotionally. I was very emotional person. I was very attached to the family or any person, and detachment is very disturbing me. So, but now I'm facing this situation. Um, Even last 3 days before also, suppose if I get the decent writings, which is related to marriage, love, intentionally I used to read lot of decent and very nice novels are available in Kannada. I try to read, but earlier I was lot of emotional numbness I'm currently feeling, and trying to come out of it.
All right. And what have you discovered around it? Like why this is happening? What is the reason of it? You've tried to figure out something, but where is this coming from?
I know the reason. I know the reason. I went through a lot. I know the
What's the reason?
reason is not complete. The people I believed, I trusted, I loved. There was a no complete inclusiveness from their end and cheating.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. So that's that. No, the reason for you to react this way, I know. So not everybody who gets cheated would react this way. So what is the purpose of reacting this way to that?
I might be I'm very scared. to open for new relationships. The past trauma is continuously triggered.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. So you feel that you will fall in the same trap again, and you want to avoid it by doing this.
Yes,
Okay, so then you are successful.
but no, this is like absconder. Somewhere I know this is, and I wanted to face it. Whatever happens, I wanted to face it. I don't want to abscond.
Hmm, hmm. And that's what I'm asking. That what have you discovered around that? What is preventing you from facing it?
Lot of things attached to that. One is being safe with. I know I have a lot of freedom and space in my own personal life. I'm happy with my mom, and I have lovely niece. So I'm scared. One way is scared, and another way is something like it is not only freedom and space. um, mm, so I was very choosy since childhood. So not like appearance or money, but the choosy in the selective, especially in a relationship, even it might be friendship or anything, or the person or the people should be very cultured. At least people who have heart and uh, something. If I find something good in their heart, then only I used to connect with the people, even it might be cousins or my own cousins or friends or neighbors. I, I was very choosy and reserve also, but uh, especially when it comes to this type of intimate relationship, I'm so scared. People, after 1 or 2 years and 3 years, I discovered that a lot of materialistic things attached to the people, and expectation was very high, and the inclusiveness and emotional attachment was very less, and people are misusing the emotions and trust. Of course, it might be something. I believe something in my in my vibrations also. I don't know. I believe in karma also. All these things are I'm just scared. I just wanted to cleanse my emotions, my body. Physically I started doing lot of you know detoxification, but emotional detoxification I'm trying. I believe in myself because
Hmm.
I'm very
And what have you tried in emotional detoxification? What
uh,
trying are you doing?
it is not consistent, but still I'm trying lot of process like journaling, thought journaling, and mm, some forgiveness, lot of readings, but there is no consistency. Sometimes I do 20.
And who has taught you that this is what will work? How do you know that this is what will work?
I really don't know because long since many years I do read and all these things I used to follow. But and since childhood also, because once I discovered when my dad died, I was I was in I was in severe grief, and that pain was uncontrollable. I started writing about my feeling about my dad, and lot of release happens. So I in the 21 years I discovered, okay, so if anything is good or anything is bad, if I started writing, and I can show vulnerability, I can show my transparency in my writings, lot of release happens. I had this personal experience, and after that I started doing, but that is also lot of resistance happens. I don't allow it easily. It will.
But 1 minute, Anu, 1 minute. Just pause here for us for few seconds.
Yeah.
This what you are talking about. This you are calling this release. You are constantly using the word release. So you are writing something on a piece of paper,
Mm.
and you are calling it release. So let's go with your word release for a minute. even if I go with your word, then in that case, once you have released it on a piece of paper and you really feel that release has happened, then you shouldn't have any problem with people. So how is it that you are feeling relieved on a piece of paper, but when a person comes in front of you, then you go numb? So then how can you define this release for me? Because I am confused.
Yeah.
So what is release then?
So that is what I'm going to tell. So especially that what I went through these 4 years, I'm unable to write it also because lot of ignorance and resistance in my mind to write. So when earlier I used to do all these things for the people, uh, but this is something very attached in an emotional level and the trauma associated. I sat in front of the computer, I sat in front of my laptop, I took my book, but had written just one page and after that I thrown it and my mind is very strongly resisting and I'm unable to do that. I know if I write, at least if I write or if I hard my out, I can write anything and later I can at least I can get some relief, but I'm unable to do that.
Even when you have done it, my question is that now you are saying now you can't even do it. So let's put that point aside for a second. I'm asking you that even when you were doing it,
Mhm.
and if it is really a release, then wouldn't the test of it, the validation of it would be that once it is released, you should then be okay with people.
Yes,
So some we have to test this also now. It's not just I'm doing this. So doing is fine. But how do we know that what we are doing is working? When we only know what we are doing is working when we are in the field with people and they're triggering us or they are doing something. And then if I'm not getting triggered, if I'm not getting bothered by all that, then I will say that what you did was a release. But then if you are only putting things on a piece of paper and when it comes to interacting with people, then you are still at the same place, then there is my question that what is released then? So what is it that you're calling was released?
but it had worked for my related to long grief, means a lot of emotional disturbance and the suppose anything happened with my friends at the time, it had worked and it has really went well, very well with them. So I could able to at least manage my father death after that and later easily came out after all these writings and with my friends also again we we are in very good under status. We all are loving each other, supporting each other, but that writing has worked for a few things. But as I said, so that is the reason I said release and relief. But for this, especially
Mm,
related to intimate relationship,
mm,
the trauma,
it has not worked.
yeah, and even I
Mm,
went through something in my office also. It was very traumatic, very traumatic experience. So there also I didn't get the
mm.
justice. And all
So now if you summarize this, then how would you, so then in this case, what is the reason that it didn't work? What is your conclusion? So it worked in one area, it worked with your friends and all, but it is not working in intimate relationship. What do you think is the reason for it? What is the difference between one relation and the other relation? What is the difference and why this is not working in one area but working in another area? What's your conclusion about it?
conclusion is my pattern is attracting the same thing again and again. The main thing is inclusiveness and acceptance.
But you are
Like,
releasing the pattern now. That's what you're saying. So what exactly are you releasing then?
no,
So how come the pattern's staying the same if the release is happening?
no, I have not released it completely. If I would have released it the completely, I would have not attracted the same thing again and again in my life. The same pattern. And also
Uh,
because in
right.
another, I was, I just enjoying earlier. I was enjoying the pain. I was really enjoying the pain, and I got andre when I started awareing of about that pattern, I could able to at least come out of that. Sometimes still it will come just 5 to 10%, not 100%, but I could able to manage. I was enjoying the pain. So all these patterns.
And what was the enjoyment? What were you enjoying?
So the feeling of rejection I was enjoying. Still the
In what way? In what way? Can you explain that so I also understand? So can you define this enjoyment? What do you mean by that?
So it was not in all the area, but feeling of rejection is only in the intimate relationship I was enjoying. I know that each and from the both the side that the love is true, transparency, everything is there, but the feeling of rejection I was enjoying. Okay, it will not work out. It will not work out for future. So I'm
And what's the enjoyment in it? So I'm trying to understand this word enjoyment. So can you just help me to understand this word enjoyment? What were you enjoying in this?
I don't know how to articulate that, but the pain of rejection, pain of being single, pain of not enjoying the social life, all those things I was, andre, in the deeper side, I was enjoying that pain. I was accepted and I was enjoying. I decided, oh, my life is like that. In the surface level, I wanted the normal life like others, but the deeper side, this is my pattern. I keep continuously observing. Uh, other crying and being alone, the struggling and what I don't know how to articulate.
So this would okay. So let's use a different word instead of enjoying. Let's use a different word. So perhaps there was some benefit of all this. What was the benefit?
Benefit is something like uh, being sacrificed, like for the family and taking all the responsibilities. So portraying myself like a very
Like a
decent,
martyr,
yeah.
right? Right. So you were enjoying being seen as a martyr
Earlier, yes,
earlier.
yeah. No,
And now,
these things I just wanted to come out, and I just wanted to
so
be.
now that is not happening because you have unsubscribed yourself from it anyway. So you've gone numb. So you're not
Yeah,
even there.
yes.
But you think that it is still there in case if you still go back in the field and go back in relationship and all that. You feel that feeling that enjoyment that benefit still exists. You will end up doing the same thing again.
No, no. Actually, sometimes it hits in my mind immediately. I was just aware and I got up. No, I don't want this. I don't want this pattern. Even if I am single, it's okay. But I wanted to be happy. So this way, I'm very aware and I pull out all those thoughts and
Okay.
coming.
Okay. Okay. So then now what is stopping you to find a partner then? So if you are already aware of this and you can pull yourself out, if you feel that you have got to at that point, to feel what is the problem then?
Uh, in Kannada we can say madhurya, something like the sweetest of the sweetest feeling. I'm missing that.
I didn't understand.
You didn't understand?
No, no. My question is that I'm going by that you want to find a partner. That's what I am understanding, right? You
Yes,
want to have an intimate relationship, and you're saying that now I will not fall in the same pattern because I have identified it, I become aware of it, and I can stop myself with these thoughts. That's what I understood so far.
yes.
So then my next question was, then what is the problem? Then what is stopping you from going ahead and finding a partner?
Yeah, the one thing is I lost the confidence, and the second one is the trauma is still exists. Especially my appearance changed, and people are surrounding environment. People also, like, especially most of the people are talking about the women aging issue, biological issue, so many things. Sometimes it is stopping, sometimes overconfident, sometimes I go with the fact. And the sometimes, as I said, that I don't know in English how to say. I said I can't I can't completely. I just wanted to be very transparent and give it best of the best things for me, even if it is friendship or motherhood or intimate relationship or any relationship or even in my work. I always wanted to give best of the best things for to other and even for myself also. I'm feeling like I'm missing that part, best of the best things. I'm feeling like I don't find that best of the best things in the person, or I can't give the best of the best things, and I'm missing that sweetest of the sweetest feeling in my heart. Um, Something, and appearance is also sometimes triggering me. Lot of because of the trauma, lot of uh, things have changed, but I'm really some of the way I really proud about myself because I dealt with so many things and still I'm working on it every way. But the main part is the confidence and the associated trauma and the appearance and the sweetest feeling. I have lost that.
Hmm. Hmm. So this is all what you are aware of. This is what you know.
Yes.
And then how have you used this awareness? What have you done about it?
Coming out because the confidence, I don't know what to do about the to build the confidence, but I know that when and also a lot of
No, no,
young.
it's okay. It's okay. My question is not that. I get it. You don't know. But there are 8 billion people in this world, and hundreds of thousands, crores of people know what to do about it. You don't know, that is fine. Many
Okay,
people know,
okay.
right? So you, when you went to college, whatever studies you did, you didn't know how to study. You had teachers who taught you and all that. So but it's not about you don't know, but you have identified this is the issue. Let's say, for example, you want to learn how to play guitar, and you know, I don't know how to play guitar. That's fine. There are hundreds of teachers who can teach you how to play guitar.
Yes.
So my question is, what have you done about it? This is awareness. So you are aware that I don't know this, I am lacking this. So then what is the action, or what is the next step you have taken about it? That's my question.
To be honestly, actually, before landing over to Anamify, I already shared with Anamika also. I have um, signed up for some course and I'm going through that. But
Or you mean the e-learning journey? Have you subscribed to that one?
no, not e-learning. Something very
Which
different.
course?
So, uh, I can share it
Uh,
personal
okay.
thing.
Anamika, do you know what she has signed up for?
Not in.
No, no. You don't have to share the name of the people taking the course or anything, Anu. You can just share what that course is about. So we don't want to know the
Do you
details,
remember
where
the
you're
name
doing
of
it
the course?
from.
Do you
Uh,
remember the name or anything? What is the
the
course? The
you working on the patterns, especially the patterns and the behavioral and lot of issues related to
the
procrastination.
people psychology?
Yeah.
That's the e-learning journey. So you subscribed for it.
No, no, she has not subscribed for our any of our things, Akarna. She's doing some course. Um, somewhere
Oh,
else.
acha, acha. I thought that she's saying when I joined an Amify, then I inquired about some courses and all of
Before,
this. Okay, that's
I
what I was
spoke
hearing.
Anamify, before joining Anamify, I have already subscribed and I have updated with Anamika also. So I have
Okay,
already,
okay, okay.
if I get a chance, I can be here. Otherwise, later in the next year, I can make it. And I have updated very clearly with Anamika.
No,
Okay,
no, that's
that's
totally
okay. That's
okay.
not an issue. That's okay. My only question is that where are you going with that? How is it going? So whatever, my question was basically that you have shared that you are aware of all these problems and all that you have talked about. So I was just curious to know that. So where have you taken this awareness? What are you doing about it? That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah. So as I said, I have taken the course and I am doing it, but not continuously. My routine is the issues is the consistency. I'm doing it. That is the reason I could able to speak here. Otherwise, I was like completely gone. But now the main problem is the consistency in my routine. That is the discipline and discipline in so many things. I'm very disciplined person, but the consistency is the issues I'm facing currently. I keep fighting with every day with myself.
Hmm. Hmm. And what is all this telling you about you? So far, what you have described, mhm,
Mm.
um, if I now summarize this to you, what you have described, and then you tell me what is this telling you about you.
Okay.
So far, what I have heard is that earlier you were just 1 minute. If you can mute yourself, there's some background noise coming from your side. Then you can unmute once when you start talking.
Yeah.
Anup, can you mute yourself?
Yes.
Huh, great. When you want to talk, you can unmute. So far, what I have gathered is that you identified that earlier you were stuck in this pattern of feeling like a martyr. So you were like almost, if I use the word, self-sabotaging. That would be the word to use for in your case. So self-sabotaging what you um, what you were doing in your relationship and all that. And somewhere you were enjoying that self-sabotage because that would give you the feeling of being a martyr, that as if you are sacrificing and whatever. So that was something that you described. Then you say that I have identified this pattern and I have uh, worked on myself so I can see my thoughts and get out of them and all that. And then I asked you, then what is stopping you? And then you mentioned a lot of excuses around women health and appearance and all that. And then you said that I have identified I have low self confidence and all that. Then I asked you, so what have you done about this awareness? Then you said that I have subscribed to a course, but then I am not doing that course also because I don't have time and I'm busy and I'm all that, right? Are you still not executing your self sabotaging pattern here? That is what I am concluding from this conversation. The self sabotaging pattern has not gone anywhere. It's just changed the shape. It's just kind of fooled you that it has become something else. It's like a shapeshifter which has shifted from one shape to the other, and you felt it's gone. But I can clearly say it. What do you say about it? That's what I would say. You can unmute and talk now.
Yeah, yes, I completely I agree. Yeah, as you said, it is shifting into different shapes and still it is existing.
Mhm. Mhm. So that tendency of enjoying self sabotage and becoming a martyr hasn't gone anywhere. It's just The reasons have changed, the things have changed. Earlier you were not doing, earlier you were self-sabotaging because of trust issues or whatever. Then you started self-sabotaging because of appearance and low confidence and all those kind of things. So basically, as soon as you identify see, this is the pattern. This is, now I am condensing it into a more, that's a macro level pattern, more concrete pattern. The moment you identify a problem and the solution, you again identify a problem with that. So as if you never wanted to come out of it. It's like
Yes,
every time someone gives you a solution, you find a problem to that one.
yes,
And it, you just, and the solution and problem statements keep changing,
true.
but the pattern stays the same, is that no matter what you are going to tell me, I am still going to find a reason for not doing it and self sabotage, but I am going to keep pretending that I am finding a solution.
Yes,
I'm not going to stop finding a solution, but I'm not going to implement it also, because the day I'm going to implement is going to break this loop.
yes.
So the self-sabotaging not going anywhere, just changing shapes and just fooling you that it's gone. Because you see, you only see at a very micro level that earlier it was this. So I worked on myself and I came out of that. But then, like you came out of one ditch, you fell into another one. Then you came out of that ditch, you fell into another one. It's almost like you want to keep falling into ditches.
Yes, true.
So then the biggest question comes is, what is the benefit of being a martyr? Until you actually going to verbalize that, this pattern will be very hard for you to break, because the thing is it will keep changing shapes, and you will be fooled by it that it's gone. It's now I am facing a different problem, but it's not different problem. It's the same thing changed its face.
So the
So
solution
what
is
is the benefit of self sabotaging? What is the benefit of self sabotaging?
nothing.
So that can't be true. You've been doing it for so long. We don't do anything that has no benefit. That is not true. So let's assume it is true. Let's not worry about whether that is true or false. It is true. Let's assume it is true, and let's figure out, assume there is benefit. Assume that there is benefit, and then answer the question.
Benefit is only struggling and enjoying the pain, but I am aware of that, and I just wanted to come out of that pain, but I accept that only struggling, 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 even in every aspect of life, financially, emotionally, so in all the ways, nothing. I really don't know why I keep doing this since many years, since childhood.
Okay,
Who has
Akarma,
taught
can
you
I?
that? Just one minute. Who has
Yeah, yeah,
taught
go
you,
ahead.
or how have you learned that struggling is good?
I I see my mom struggling. I see my dad struggling. Everybody struggling around me in my childhood. I thought might be they seems to be very good. I like struggling people are too good. I don't know, but I have seen that.
Struggling people appeal to you.
Yeah, only struggling people.
Hmm. Hmm. Obviously, when you are struggling, it doesn't feel good. Going through that phase doesn't feel good, but the idea of keep struggling sparks you.
Yeah. something like identity crisis or accepting the things completely. So many things attached to that.
So what would you lose if you stop struggling?
Identity.
Of
So
what?
if
What's
I
identity?
per level of I'm telling. So definitely I don't lose anything with the struggling. If I come out of the all this pattern, my life will be
No, no,
different.
no, 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 no. That's not my question. You're changing the question. You are answering a question I haven't asked.
Okay.
That's not what the question I asked. I'm not asking you what will happen if you don't do it and all that. That's not the question I asked.
Okay.
My question is, what will you lose? What is the disadvantage of not struggling?
Yeah. The main is same being a identity crisis, and the one thing is identity crisis, and the second is like being a martyr for the family and everybody.
So if you stop struggling, then you cannot portray yourself as a martyr,
Yes, yes, yes.
which your parents would have been portraying as martyrs to you, and you kind of you lose that, so you can't portray as a martyr anymore.
Mm.
So you
There,
have to be in the same class of
yeah, there
martyrs.
is no identity because I haven't created what I wanted for my life. So this is the only way. One thing I just wanted to portray within the family, within the society. So I have chosen and strongly addicted to this.
Yeah, addiction is the right word. You are strongly addicted to it. I agree. Um, Still, question still remains that when you say I will lose identity, I asked you what you will lose if you stop struggling. You said identity. Can you explain that? Because that answer came to you pretty straight up. So I am curious. So can you explain, like elaborate, even if you don't know what it means, just maybe just talk, just whatever comes to your mind, just talk. Don't
Yeah.
worry if it will make sense to me or not. Just talk. What does it mean losing identity?
Identity is actually in my childhood actually academically I was good, but I was after PU I didn't do I didn't choose the course what I wanted. There I also failed, and my career also completely failed. I was unable to make the money, and I was I think the dream was to give the best of the best life for my mom. That is also not happened till today. And the only identity I am carrying with only the sacrificer and the bread earner for the family. That keeps me, people are respecting and the good character still feels
No, just one minute. But who are these people who respect this identity? Who are these people?
my own
Who are you trying to please?
my village people and within the family. My mom, my people
And
surrounded by.
and 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 what is the reason that they are pleased by this identity?
Uh, because most of them are coming from the village and they are all the traditional way of thinking, orthodox way of thinking.
Because they are like that. So basically you're saying because they are like that, so this is the reason why you have to be like that so that you can be in the same
Yeah,
group.
in my childhood also, my mom keeps saying, "You are the elder person. You have to take all the burden and responsibility of the family, and you have to take care of everything." And the neighbors and the community
True.
are saying the same.
True. That is fine. That is fine. I get that. So, taking, I'm not saying, so you can take responsibility and you can take ownership and do whatever you are supposed to do and all. That is fine. That is one thing. My curiosity is that you have chosen this way of doing it. There could be 10 other ways of doing the same thing. Huh? That's my point here. You can deliver your responsibilities and all that in 10 different ways, but you've decided to do it this way only,
Because
which
at
is
the
so painful.
yeah, which is so painful. And as I said, I told you, Allah, I keep
So then it's not about, so it is not about. ownership and responsibility. It is not about what your mother and father told you. It's not about that. Because if it was about that, you could have chosen other ways of doing it also.
Yes.
Right? For example, let's say somebody asks you that you have to go to Chennai.
Yes.
Now you can go to Chennai by car, by train, by plane, by walking, by bike, by whatever. Right? So you could decide anyway. Point is to go to Chennai. So point is that you are supposed to take care of things, responsibilities, and all that. That's one thing. But you have decided the most hardest way. So you're saying, I am going to walk to Chennai. You could have taken car, you could have taken flight, you could have taken train, you could have taken bus, you could have done 10 different things to go there. But you decided, no, I'm going to walk. Why? Because everybody else I know walks to Chennai.
Yeah. The same thing.
That answer is more curious to me. That you are not you're not stopping to do this because you saying everybody else I know does the same thing, and if I stop doing this, then I will feel odd one out.
Yeah. Even in my career also I did the same. I always choose the most hardship. Yeah. The same pattern in everywhere it is repeating.
Which you earlier said that it is not repeating anywhere else, and now you are realizing it is repeating everywhere.
Yeah.
It is this way only. It is impossible that we do something in one area of our life and don't do that in other areas of our life. It is impossible, because if you would know any other way of doing things, you would have done it here also.
Yeah. Mm.
So I'm glad that you have connected the dots yourself, because when you said that, I didn't believe you. But at that time, I didn't have any evidence. But I know from human psychology point of view, I know what you were saying was not true,
Okay.
because it's not possible. You only know this way, and it is not possible that you tell me in other areas of my life I can do things without struggling and all that. But here only I am doing, and I don't know what to do. It's impossible. Yet you say I don't know what to do, because you already know what to do. You've been doing it in other areas. The only reason you say I don't know what to do is because you don't have any other way. You This is the only way you know, and this is the only way you apply everywhere else also.
Is this related to any efficient or knowledge part of things, or is this also the deep psychology or pattern or any genetics attached to this?
For right now, we are talking about something which you need to keep your focus on. That what is the reason for you to keep struggling? So the answer that you have given me is identity. And I asked you that what does identity means? What is it that you will lose? So my question was, what will you lose if you stop struggling? And you said identity. That was the first answer that came to you straight away. And when we talked further, what I have gathered from it is, when you say identity, you mean everybody else I know around me, in my village, in my family, everybody else struggles, go through life in a struggling way. So if I find a more efficient way or more better way of doing something, then I will be the odd one out. I will not be accepted in the group.
Yes,
The only way I can be accepted in the group if I also keep doing things the way they are doing. That is the only way for me to belong in that group,
yes.
to be accepted by my family, by my village, by every other person, because I don't want to stand out by doing something different.
Yeah, people
Right?
who the smartest way of choosing and people who are really doing well in their life, still people have not accepted. So that
Yes, yes. So this is a breakthrough point for you to realize that although you are asking what should I do and all that, and although I can tell you 100 different things what you should do, I am guaranteeing you that you will not do any of them, because the point is not that what you should do, what more knowledge you can gain and all that. The thing is, until you tell yourself that it is okay for me to break out, it is okay that people don't accept me and all that, and I will be, unless you develop that courage, no solution, nobody can tell you anything. There is no solution for you,
Okay.
because you yourself are preventing yourself from the solution.
Yeah.
You're saying na, the people who have done things differently, they are not accepted. So you have seen that,
Yes.
and you don't want to be that kind of person. So then what is the point of asking solution? There is no point asking for solution,
No, actually,
because where you are right now is the right place. That is how it has to be.
I
Yeah,
totally
go ahead.
agree with what you said. But recently, my mom and I discussed about that the same thing. So we were in the group of smartest people, but we have picked the so many other things which is not given any value for our life, not peace or happiness. We were questioning ourselves why we didn't learn anything from the smartest people. At least the smartest people numbers were very less, two, three, four, but they are the most happiest and succeeded people in their life. But we have chosen to be there in some other group, and now we are landed here and without anything in our hand. Why? So my mom and I both were asking the same questions, and now I got the answer from your end.
Yes, yes. And until the day you will develop the courage to say that no matter what, now I want to break out of this thing. Now life cannot go on like this. So your objective is to meet your responsibilities.
Yes.
Keep your eye on that. But instead of keeping your eye on the destination, you are more focused on the method.
Yeah.
You have
Yes.
chosen the hardest method possible just because everybody else is doing it. And if you do something different, then they will see that you are an odd person and they will not accept you. So then, in that case, I have to keep doing what everybody else is doing. So, in that case, you are exactly at the place where you need to be. There is nothing to solve here.
Mm.
It is painful. I get that. It is painful. And you are feeling the pain. But the solution cannot come from the space that it is painful. The solution has to come from the space that enough is enough. That's not how I want to. And because the cost of this is breaking out, cost of this is that people also may not accept you, like the other few smart people you are talking about, like they have been casted out, you will also be casted out. And that risk, until you are ready to take, there is no solution. Basically, there is no need for a solution because you're already at the right place.
Yeah.
You're already accepted. You already belong in the community, in the family, in the village. You already at a place where by doing this, people will respect you and people will accept you. So you're already there. I don't see, when I say there is no solution, what I mean is that there is no problem.
No, I can't live like my life like this. This is really hard. So there is no progress in my life, and I have already reached the nudge, the last ending point, and I can't take this. I may die, otherwise I have to get out of this. Only I have two options. There is no progress in anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. I totally understand what you're saying. And to be honest, you had to reach this point in life to be able to listen to the next point. Until you reach, see, sometimes we reach this point by ourselves. Sometimes people realize this by themselves, and sometimes life pushes us to a point where basically you hit the rock bottom and there is nowhere else to go, because we keep postponing, we keep postponing, we keep avoiding, we keep avoiding, we keep taking that decision, um, because we are afraid that if I will take this decision, then I will be the odd one out and I will not be accepted, and people will treat me the same way they are treating other smart people and all that. So procrastinating, avoiding that decision, avoid, and then life will one day push you to the edge where basically there is nowhere else to go. Do and die situation comes, is either this or that. So yeah, until you reach that point and you then make a decision that, I really don't care whether anybody accept me or not accept me, but I know that this is what needs to happen. That's the only time when you will be able to break through.
Yeah.
Then there are solutions. But until you have reached that point where you have developed that courage, until that time you will only window shop for solutions.
Yes.
You will talk to people, you will read books, you will do this, you will do that, you will do window shopping, lot of things, this, that, but you're not ready. And then it will come. Oh, I don't have time, or my appearance is this, or this is that, or that is that, and so many reasons will come for you to not take action, because taking action means you will become something different, and becoming something different is dangerous.
Yes.
And that's self-sabotage. That is what is the meaning of self-sabotage. You were asking what does self-sabotaging means. This is what it means. That I know what I need to do. I know what I need in my life to do. And every time I speak to someone or people tell me this or tell me that, I will tell them why I still can't do it. So although I will go and ask for advice, although I will go and look for solutions, but the moment someone give me a solution, I will tell them four other problems that are associated with the solution. That's self-sabotage. Until one day you reach a point where self-sabotaging becomes a do or die situation. अब नहीं चलेगा, अभी हो गया, अभी this is it, अभी no more. It's kind of done. You're out of reasons, out of excuses.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know what to say, but I need actually. So, Andre, I don't know what to say, but I feel blessed to got this space and all this discussion and conversation. So much of realization, what I have done and what I am doing.
Hmm. ठीक है. So can you tell me, can you summarize what realization you received from all this? I've talked so much. So what did you realize as a summary before we move to another person? What did you get?
I'm I'm just portraying myself. I'm doing so many things, but without taking any action, without an executing any action, and no courage to face the reality. So I have a dream and goal, but as you said, the more focusing on the path and scared about the what people are saying about, and no courage to take the action, so unable to come out. I'm just enjoying the comfort and the laziness, so many other small things in the same stage. and keep blaming, keep thinking about so many things, and very falsely, very fake way of portraying myself in a different way. I know this, a deeper level, I know all these things, but I know that without execution, nothing will happen.
So I will tell you one more thing. When we will release this recording, I would like you to listen to this recording when we release it. When you started talking, you were talking and you were almost crying and explaining the things, and how you were talking, you were almost crying and all that, right? That is how you started. But now when you are talking, when this realization has hit you, and the way you are talking and your voice and all that already has lot of confidence in it.
Yeah.
Um, can somebody else confirm this? Do you guys observe the difference in how she started and how she is right now? So you said that you don't have confidence and you have low confidence and this and that. You said many things, but in here I didn't give you anything about confidence. We didn't even talk about confidence. So then where did that confidence come from? So how are you talking so confidently right now? That means it was already there in you.
Hitting the somebody, I need someone to hit the truth on my face. All these things, truth, all the truths, I might be know in the deeper level, but I was unable to face it. But here I got the space, and I got you to made me to realize all these things. So yes, and absolutely, I can say 1000%. Most of the times I have choose, and instead of focusing the destiny, focusing on the path and portraying like I'm transparent, I'm something like Satya Harishchandra, I'm hard worker, so many other way, and portraying something, and so deep inside, so not working on myself. Really not at all working on myself. Just everything is in a surface level.
Exactly. Exactly. And
Cheating
this
my
is the reason why I mentioned before that if you are writing so much and you are saying it is getting released, then how come it's not released yet? That is because you have been working on a surface level only. That is correct.
yes, surface level.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Good. Cool. All right. Thanks. Thanks, Anand.
Thank you.
Anamika, you wanted to say something that time, then I was continuing. Yeah, you can, if you have anything to say to her. I'm done.
No, no, nothing, Akarna. I was asking the same questions. Thank
That's
you,
that's
Anand, for opening up. I mean, this was beautiful. And
Yeah,
I'm
don't.
glad you got your answers.
Yeah, thank you all for creating this space and patiently listening
fine.
and so many
No
things. And thank
problems.
you all.
Hmm. Hmm. So now don't leave this realization here. Do something about it. So make some action plan. So sit with it, contemplate on this realization, do something about it. Don't let it fizzle out.
Yeah.
ठीक. Okay. Thanks, and anybody else wants to have anything, ask anything? Yes, Mohit.
Okay, so I want to share the current experience, and I actually felt numb in my heart and couldn't understand my own emotions, like what and why this is happening. So I met someone uh, like 10, 15 days ago, and she's like a bit elder than me, like 4 to 5 years elder than me, and I'm getting all the vibes from her. Like and everything suits, like she's in the city, children are grown up, no financial burdens, nothing, and she does not want to get into any relationship right now. Check the vibes and uh, keep going and see where it lands, and then maybe in future, uh, something might happen, uh, like living together or something. Because I have kids, so I don't know. So now the thing is like she is kind of seeking an answer, and I'm not sure. So yesterday we were driving till
So she's
1:30.
seeking an answer for what?
Like if I'm interested and I want to move ahead or not.
You are saying you are interested.
90% I would say yes, but
Okay.
10% there are some things that's stopping me. Clearly, I can see that a few things that I foresee that will create problems in future. Uh, so she's been like very simple since the childhood, and I'm a dynamic and spontaneous guy. Like at 3 a.m. if I want to go to Shimla, I just take my car or bike and just go. And she's into planning and all that stuff. And she has all the time now, and I am setting up my business. So I'm afraid that if I'll be able to, spend that much time or not. And uh, she wants to go and travel, and I'm not in a condition to do that right now. So I can foresee like these things will or might create problems in this situation. Otherwise, if I see the as a human being, the nature of the person, that's very nice. Uh, she's raised two kids. She understands what I'm going through. She's also gone through the same kind of thing, divorce and all, ugly ones. And but I'm kind of afraid of like this is not going to work. And for like yesterday night, I was like for 2 hours. She was talking. She was, we were talking and all that, and she was giving me signs like, tell me, right? So I was not able to utter a word. So I think that's numbness of the emotions. And I don't know why it's happening and what should I do about this.
Well, you are trying to answer questions on her behalf. Why not ask these questions to her?
That's my next step. I'm gonna set up a meeting and ask all these. I'm gonna share everything, like whatever is in my mind. I'm gonna share that. But before that, I was
Mm.
like, since today's session, so I just wanted to ask, like, why exactly I'm not able to answer. Like, I'm a very spontaneous guy. Whatever is in my heart, I just speak out. Why I'm afraid? Last night, like, why I was afraid to tell her all these things, and why I wanted some time to think about it and all that.
And what is the answer for that? Why were you afraid?
Same thing that it's not going to work out, and she might get hurt, or I might get hurt, and if we get into any kind of
You only
relationship
know
that.
each other from 10-15 days. How much hurt can a person be in 10-15 days?
Hmm. So the amount of hurt matters.
Yeah. So my question is this about her or is this about you? So she might get hurt. She might. You don't know. 50-50
Yeah,
chance. She could,
yeah,
she may not. So you are
yeah.
focusing on the 50% worse part that she would. And then you're already preparing yourself around that one. That's what I would question. That what is it giving you? Like what for what reason you are you are preparing, you're trying to, figure out her answers.
Or maybe my answer is like if I kind of
Or if she gets
sensing.
hurt, let's say, no,
Hmm.
my
Hmm.
question is that if she gets hurt, if she gets
Hmm.
hurt, what have you got to do with that?
No, so like if I get into a relationship, if I continue and things don't work out, and if it's like a back foot from my side, I don't want to do that.
Again, I'm not following that. Why not? I'm asking you that it's only been 10, 15 days, even if it's a month or 2 months, and you guys figure out that you're not good for each other or for whatever reason, and you call it off. And because of that, another person may get hurt or may feel bad and all that. I'm still not following that.
Okay, okay. So
How is that your
let me
business?
let me portray like this. After like some time, if I feel that she's not the right one I want to be with, and if I have to back out, and she's still okay or interested, so the breakup I would say would be from my side,
Hmm.
and that's the like I'll be the reason for her, hurt or uh,
Hmm.
those emotions that she'll
And
face.
right. And what is the problem in that?
I don't want to be the reason.
Why not? That's my question. Why not?
I mean, why should I?
That that is a very important question for you to pause for some time and think about it, because it is not what it seems on the surface level what I'm asking you. Obviously, I'm not saying go and slap people and insult people and this and that and all that. That's not what I mean. Obviously, we are not hurting somebody. You're not hurting her intentionally. You are expressing your opinion, your side of things. And if you are not 100% into a relationship, then only reason you are going into that relationship is because you don't want the other person to feel hurt. Is that not cheating itself?
Yep.
And on top of that, you still have not learned the most valuable lesson yet, which is fine. You have not learned, it is fine. But this lesson still remains standing in front of you, is that when you go through life, when you go through challenges. So I'll explain this in a different way. You went through challenges because of somebody in your life. We know, so we don't have to go through
Hmm.
the details and all
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
Because of somebody, you experienced certain challenges in your life, and because of that, you went on your own self journey, your own healing work, your own self development, and all that. Correct?
Yeah.
If things would have been working fine, would you have still gone on such kind of exploration and such kind of healing journey and all that?
No. No.
No, because that's how it is. People go
Yeah.
through spiritual awakening, self work, all those things because of tragedy in their life. That is what I was telling to Anu also, that her spiritual awakening and her healing journey would only start when she would hit the rock bottom. When the do or dash die situation comes, that is when spiritual awakening happens.
Hmm.
Before that, only spiritual shopping happens. Hmm? So you went through all this, and if you going through all this, although the process was painful, but going through the process, you come out on the other side and you feel that I have become the best ever version of me by going through that. Would you say that you have?
No, I can never be like. There's always improvement, room for improvement.
So far, I am saying, I'm not saying, I am saying
Nah,
so far.
no,
If right
no,
now
I'm not.
I say who you are right now, are you better than who you were before or not?
I would say better, but not the best version of myself.
I'm not using the word best either. You will never be best. That's the most, that's the perfect level. I am not asking best. I am saying अभी अभी एक लाइन ड्रॉ करें आज where you are standing 7:18 p.m. right now. So would you say that you are better than who you were before or
Yeah,
not?
yeah,
Have you
yeah,
gone
yeah.
negative or have you gone positive from how you were before?
Positive.
Positive. That has happened because somebody pushed you in that direction. Somebody created certain situations in your life that you had to be pushed to go on this journey.
Right.
And until you learn this lesson, this is the lesson which is standing in front of you to be learned, to be realized actually by yourself. मैं तो बस बता रहा हूँ
Mm-hmm.
कि if you really sit with yourself and say कि the only reason I have become my बेस्ट वर्जन सो फार भी यूज कर रहा हूँ बेस्ट के साथ
Mm-hmm.
क्योंकि
Mm-hmm.
लाइफ तो अभी बची हुई है तो
Right.
बेस्ट वर्जन सो फार इज बिकॉज आई वॉज पुश्ड ऑन दिस जर्नी बिकॉज ऑफ सम अदर पर्सन तो किसी ने तो आपकी लाइफ में रावण का रोल प्ले किया तो आप यहाँ पे पहुंचे हो
Mm.
हम्म? तो हमेशा राम ही अच्छा नहीं होता है रावण भी अच्छा होता है बिकॉज उनके बिना हम यहाँ पहुंच नहीं पाते तो हमें
Mm.
हम हर समय किसी की लाइफ में सिर्फ राम बन के नहीं रह सकते हैं बिकॉज हर समय सिर्फ राम बन के रहने की कोशिश करोगे ना तो यू विल गो इन टू पीपल प्लीजिंग मोड क्योंकि देन यू जस्ट वॉन्ट एवरीबडी टू ओनली थिंक गुड अबाउट
Mm.
यू मे बी यू आर द पर्सन यू आर दैट ट्रिगर पॉइंट इन हर लाइफ जिसको रावण बनना पड़ेगा ताकि उसका स्पिरिचुअल ग्रोथ अगर आपको ये पता है कि स्पिरिचुअल ग्रोथ इज व्हाट एक उस सोने को निखारता है आग में से तप के निकलना पड़ेगा लेकिन सोना वैसे ही
Mm.
बनेंगे तो when you reflect back, would you then say that you would जो जिस इंसान ने आपको पुश किया था जिसकी वजह से आप आज ये बने हो जो आप हो जिससे आप खुश हो
Mm-hmm.
अगर आप खुश हो आप ये बन के खुश हो तो फिर उस इंसान को आप फॉरगिव करोगे या उस इंसान को आप थैंक यू बोलोगे
Thank you, बोलूंगा.
क्योंकि अगर फॉरगिव करने का थॉट भी आता है तो अभी भी इसी एंगल से आ रहा है कि गलत किया था
Right.
बट आई लेट मी बी द
Right.
बिगर पर्सन एंड आई विल फॉरगिव लेकिन अगर आप आज ये मान के चलते हो कि आप उस इंसान की वजह से जहां पे पहुंचे हो एंड यू हैव बिकम द बेस्ट वर्जन सो फार ऑफ यू देन द ओनली थिंग दैट यू हैव इज थैंक्स फॉर दैट पर्सन सो देन
Mm.
इफ यू आर एडमायरिंग रावण इन योर लाइफ तो आप भी किसी की लाइफ में रावण हो मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ जबरदस्ती जाके किसी का दिल दुखाओ किसी को इंसल्ट करो किसी को ये करो लेकिन when it comes to non-negotiables sometimes when we are okay to set healthy boundaries and we are okay to set on our non-negotiables कि this is what it is और अगर दूसरे को वो पसंद नहीं आ रहा है और उसकी वजह से अगर उसको हर्ट हो रहा है और उनकी हर्ट से अगर आपको हर्ट हो रहा है तो आप अभी भी पीपल प्लीजिंग पैटर्न में फंसे हो आपको अभी भी राम बनने की ही चाहत है क्योंकि आपने अभी तक रावण के रोल को समझा ही नहीं है
Mm. So,
जिस
अभी
दिन
अगर जैसे आपने
रा,
कहा, सॉरी.
हाँ नहीं बस वही बोल रहा हूँ कि जिस दिन ये बात
Okay.
मेरी आपको ठीक से क्लिक हो जाएगी जिस दिन आप ये समझ जाओगे कि लाइफ में स्पिरिचुअल अवेकनिंग ट्रेजिडीज की वजह से ही होती है
Mm. So,
एंड
मैं
परहैप्स
नॉन
यू आर दैट
नेगोशिएबल्स.
मीडियम
राइट. So, अभी हमने बात करी नॉन नेगोशिएबल्स की. So, if I know there are 2 or 3 non-negotiables, should I move ahead or not? जिनकी वजह से शायद मुझे लग रहा है कि आगे जाके ये प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगी ही आएंगी, that I will,
नहीं, ये
clearly.
क्वेश्चन मैं थोड़ी आंसर कर सकता हूँ आपके लिए, और ये क्वेश्चन आप भी नहीं आंसर कर सकते। नॉन नेगोशिएबल्स की बात भी कर रहे हो और अपनी बात उनके आगे रखी भी नहीं है। ये कैसी बात हुई? You know you have non-negotiables. You have not communicated those non-negotiables to her. How would you know that she's okay or not okay with that? Maybe she's okay with that.
Okay, so I'm kind of like sensing from whatever her nature and her lifestyle and her style of living is, and and I'm comparing like if she would agree to adapt to mind sometimes when that happens. So a healthy discussion on this is required before going anywhere.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल।
Hmm.
तो मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि आप एजम्पशन के बेसिस पे किसी की लाइफ में रावण बन जाओ। आई एम सेइंग कि आपने अपनी तरफ से क्लियर इंटेंशंस के साथ जो करना था वो किया।
Hmm.
You communicated your side to her, and you communicated your concerns to her, ki where you see the concerns and all that. And you are a mature person, she is also a mature person. If both of you are able to come up with some solution of that one which works for both of you, तो फिर दिक्कत क्या है?
Hmm.
क्योंकि
Hmm.
कपल बनने के बाद तो आपको पता नहीं है, हजारों चीजों पे डिस्कशन करनी पड़ेगी। तो ये अभी से ही अगर आप दोनों ही साइड से टीटी खेलोगे तो फिर कैसे काम बनेगा?
Right.
दूसरे इंसान को मौका तो दो।
Hmm.
और अगर मौका देने में आपको डर इस बात से लग रहा है कि वो हर्ट हो जाएगी, तो ये डर उसका नहीं है, ये डर
Hmm.
आपका है। दिस इज योर पीपल प्लीजिंग पैटर्न कमिंग आउट। सो डू यू हैव टू ब्रिंग योर अवेयरनेस टू दैट। आपको फिर ये सॉल्व नहीं करना है कि मैं कैसे कम्युनिकेट करूं, या कम्युनिकेट ही नहीं करूं, बस भाग ही जाऊं, मतलब कम्युनिकेशन ही ब्लॉक ही कर देता हूं, कॉल ही नहीं उठाऊंगा, व्हाट्सएप ही नहीं करूंगा। दिस इज अगेन योर पीपल प्लीजिंग चाइल्ड कमिंग आउट एंड प्लेइंग। यहाँ पे तो एडल्ट मोहित है ही नहीं कहीं पे।
Hmm. Agree.
हम्म,
ठीक है,
So
thank
this
you.
is an intimidated child talking.
Yeah.
So this child has got intimidated by the situation, और वो अब ये देख रहा है कि कैसे पतली गली से निकल लूं।
Got the answer. Thank you.
No problem. So anybody else has anything to say, or we can wrap up otherwise. Nothing from my side, Namika.
No, nothing from my side as well. Any of you
So
don't have
let's.
anything to say, then we'll wrap up for today.
I'm done. So we can. If nobody else has anything, then let's wrap up.
Thank you so much for joining, guys. We'll see you all in the next open discussion. Take care. Bye
Thanks.
bye.
Thanks everyone. Okay. Bye.